Hello everybody, I'm TheSweeper27 and welcome to another Dokkan battle video. We're here facing the 5th anniversary event and the 8th anniversary battle event. Looking here at the stipulations, no items, and then beating it with one of every type. So we're going up against the Blue Fusions, and this is the team we made here. We actually struggled in the last episode. If you haven't seen that, I don't know why you're watching the 5th anniversary before the 4th anniversary. But go check that out. But we definitely struggled. It took us 2 attempts, but that was partially because we had to do it in the 2 turns. Alright, so I'm going to take this a little bit more seriously and kind of focus in on my plays. Now, Vegito gives himself Ki, I believe. I think he gets 3 Ki, so he should be able to super. Hopefully, at least. I'm still unfamiliar. I'm still, trying to familiarize myself with what the Blue Fusions do. That's actually good damage for Gohan. Right there. And I want to talk about a few things because of how my upload schedule is going. The anniversary will end in 3 days. That's when all the Dokkan events end. That's the last day you can do the peel-off event, the King Kai Link level stage. All that is ending in 3 days. Then there's going to be 2 days where there's nothing. Then the Kale celebration is going to start, which is going to be kind of slow, kind of dead. Not a whole lot of content is going to be there during that. Because I'm trying to remember what... there were no special missions during her celebration for, the legendary events. There wasn't anything using her teams. There wasn't anything added to any of the red zones. There is the EZA for LR, Kale, and Caulifla. So there will be that. I'm trying to remember. Is there anything else in that celebration? I don't think so. So it's going to be kind of a dead period, and things are going to slow down substantially. But then after that, at the end of August, that's when the worldwide download celebration will happen. So there'll be 2 weeks where there's really not going to be a ton of stuff going on, and then it's going to be super hectic again. It's going to be like the 8th anniversary all over again. And we don't really know what to expect yet from it. There was a reveal on... See, I wanted to make a video about this, but again, I'm so backed up with my schedule because I'm only doing 2 videos a day now. So this event is going to be all the content posted up until Friday is when this will finish, because these will be going up. I'm recording this on Wednesday. This and the 6th anniversary will go up on Thursday. But I wanted to make a video talking about what I think the worldwide download celebration could be, but because there was already a teaser on Twitter this morning about it, I don't think that's going to be the reality we're going to have anymore. So I'm just going to kind of just spitball my ideas on this video, I guess. So everyone's believing that it's going to be a future celebration, because if you haven't seen what I'm talking about on the Dokkan Twitters, both global and on JP, there was a video of something being made out of what looked to be confectionaries. What is the word? Out of sweets. We'll word it like that. Out of frostings. And people are saying that it looked like Trunks's time machine. Now, at first, the first thing that gets made is a triangle. So I thought it was actually going to be Vegito's boot. But then I watched a couple other videos, saw how other people were reacting, and I can kind of see what they're talking about, how it looks like it could be part of his time machine. It's not the right color, however. The color matches Vegito's boot, the dark gray. You can look at the boot that he's wearing right now in his sprite in this animation. I know he's getting knocked around, but you can kind of see that. That was the color of the confectionery. What is the word? Out of the sweet. I don't know how to talk. But that's what my initial thought was, so... If we're not going to get all Broly's, which was... I mean, to be fair, I thought that was a pipe dream to begin with, but I wanted to make that Broly series because I wanted to make a bunch of good Broly's. I kind of want to go back and make a follow-up series fixing all of those characters, because there were a lot of mistakes that were made, making some characters way too powerful or not powerful enough, in my opinion. The legendary Super Saiyan Broly, full power from the DBS movie, I feel like I made him way too strong. Bio Broly, he's perfect. He's my baby boy. He can do no wrong. Go check out all those videos if you haven't. But I was going to end the video that I was going to make about what I think could be the worldwide download celebration. I was going to narrow it down to 2 main candidates, which would be all the Brolys, but like not really be like the Broly first coming, you know, not actually like a full Broly celebration. I just did that to cover as many bases as possible. But it's more likely we would just get a Broly thrown in there for his first 2 films, or maybe we would have like a Z Broly and then a full power Broly, something like that, to compare like how the character first started versus where he is now. I think that would be interesting, and that's kind of what I was going to talk about in the video. And then throw out potential, like, another Carnival Super Saiyan Goku, but from the Broly movie, where he, like, punches him at the very end and he dies. And then we could have a standalone Gogeta Blue, because we don't have that. And then the other thing I was going to talk about is what I thought at the time would have been more likely, but now I am leaning back. I thought it could have been a standalone Super Saiyan Vegito, and then a Buhan, which would be part 1, and then for part 2, it would be a blue Super Saiyan Goku and a blue Vegeta who could fuse into Vegito, whether that be a standby transformation, because in that fight with Fused Zamasu, they only last for, what is it, like 30 minutes? It's basically like a fusion dance, Metamoran fusion technique, essentially. So I thought that would be cool if, like, for a standby, you could build up to it. And then they could fuse into Vegito for 5 turns, and he would be God mode, and then he could revert back to their a base state that would be battle damaged, sort of like how the Part 2 Goku and Vegeta from the last year's Worldwide Download Celebration could have, like, different stats. So it would be like their base form, then they could do a standby to fuse into Vegito Blue. And then after that, they would transform into a second transformation that is still just Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Super Saiyan Blue Goku, but they would have like different stats and abilities similar to the morale boost of that unit that I'm referencing. I thought that would be interesting. And then have either a Zamasu in base form Goku Black or a merged corrupt Zamasu. So that was what I was going to go with. But now that with the information that it could potentially not be double Vegito, because let's be real, I either want double Broly or I want double Vegito. Because I want a Broly to have big bad bosses, like, so bad. So bad. Or I want there to be Vegitos, because we haven't had a new Vegito since, what was it, 2020? With STR Vegito? I mean, the one from Heroes doesn't count, in my opinion. Because even still, like, you can only really use them on the Heroes team, and I don't care. I need Vegito. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of VB, I cannot deny that he just oozes so much raw energy that I love and I need in my life. So a double Vegito celebration would be great. And especially since we don't have that many characters named Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, there's only one other character, and it's the SSR and TUR of the LR Blue Boys, the Fizz Blue Boys. So, I mean, you could have them, and again, it can be a permanent fusion into VB, or you can be more thematic and have it transform back and have a morale boost, which I would prefer. And then, we could have a standalone Buhan, who could be like a carnival leader for power absorption, or Majin Power, or, what's another team that they're all on? Corroded Body and Mind. Like, something that all the Majin Boos are on. Artificial Life Form, because then you could throw, like, on babies and stuff in there. Like, I think having him be, like, the carnival would be great. And then that means for Merge Zamasu, or a standalone Zamasu and base form Goku Black, which also we don't have any characters with that name. There's only one character, and it's the SSR for the LR Rose and Zamasu. So if we had like an LR of them that could fuse, like, okay. So my theoretical part 1 would be standalone Super Vegito, and then standalone Buhan, who could have like an active skill where you go inside of his body and then fight like a base form Buu, where he would link up perfectly with LR AGL Super Buu. And then Vegeta would just be like your stereotypical dodge, counter character, massive damage. His Spirit Sword could be an animation somewhere. His barrier, you could incorporate that somewhere. So like maybe if you activated his active skill, which would be the barrier he does when he gets absorbed, he could like nullify beam super attacks or get like damage reduction or something. I don't know. You could play into that very easily, I feel. And then for part 2, you would have the blue boys who could fuse, and then you would have Zamasu, corrupt Zamasu, who would be a great leader because all the Goku Blacks don't have a 200% leader skill. The only ones who do are the LR Tech, Rose, and Zamasu. I'm just spouting off words, and I'm talking really fast. I don't even know if you guys are absorbing any of this. But what I think it is more likely to be now is I think part 1 can be like a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and a Perfect Cell that like is named Perfect Cell, not like Perfect Cell after he transforms, after he dies and like blows himself up. Or that could be a standby where you get to build up to the explosion, sort of like what you do with the Super Saiyan 4 Goku that just came out for Tanabata. Have it be like you have a standby that you build up to, and then if you actually get the explosion, like if you get enough ki and you get to do the big attack that's an explosion, you then get like the best character in the game, and you get to do a massive attack that could be an AoE. I think that's very likely. And then for part 2, we could have Spirit Bomb Trunks. Where it would be him where he has the Spirit Bomb in his sword. And then it could be Corrupt Merge Zamasu again. I think Merge Zamasu, Corrupt Merge Zamasu, is extremely, extremely likely. The Cell and Gohan, I'm not as confident on, but I don't know what you could do for a part 1 that would still be thematic unless you did like... I mean, ideally it would be pretty perfect if like part 1 was the blue boys who could fuse into Vegito, and then like Zamasu and a Rose, or a base form Goku. That could be part 1, and then part 2 if it was like Spirit Bomb absorbed Sword of Hope Trunks, and then a corrupt Zamasu, that would be pretty damn good. Not gonna lie. But only time will tell. I mean, we all may be wrong. Everyone on Twitter or X, whatever it's called now, Elon, I don't know. Like, everyone on Twitter could be wrong, and it could not be his time machine. And I could be right that it's just Vegito's boot. Which I would be down with. I am down with really anything. I love Zamasu. I would love for him to get a 200% leader skill. Although ideally a new named character, I would like a Zamasu and a base form Goku Black to be like one of the best characters in the game. Because then it could link with the Rose and Zamasu. It could link with Fuse Zamasu. And you wouldn't have any problems there. And there are a lot of characters that can easy A. Like the S tier Rage Trunks, Zamasu. I think there's an S tier Zamasu that still has an easy aid. There's plenty of Cell units that could easy aid. Plenty of like Gohans from the Android and Flash Cell saga. There are plenty of units that you can get some sub easy A's out of. So that was my random spout. I'm not gonna, if I have time, like if I get done with all these videos and I can post that video like on Saturday without them actually before they actually make like an announcement of what it is, I may do that and push the VOD of White Day, the finale. I might push that back to Sunday. But that just depends on how everything with this event goes. But that is it, guys. So we now have the orbs, which again, give you 1,800 defense, 6 crit, and 6 additional for both of the LRs. Those are must runs, obviously. I will make a video where I actually put on all the skill orbs onto them. That'll be just like a quick, short little upload. Make my life a little bit easier. Because I don't remember if it was in yesterday's video or 2 days ago video where I talked about how much of a pain in the ass editing is sometimes on my phone. So if anybody in the comments has like another program to use, or they can teach me some sort of way to like transfer files outside of using an email, because all the files are too big to send over an email, and like any sort of help would be greatly appreciated down in the comments. But that will be all for this time, guys. I have been the SweetBro27. I'm a variety Twitch streamer and an up-and-coming YouTuber trying to make it big in the world. I have a TikTok, a YouTube, and a Twitch, the links of which can all be found in the description of this video. Or you can find me via my hashtag SweetBro27, and all my social platforms should show up there. And since you're already looking at the comments, you might as well leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment. Positive, negative, or indifferent. I would love just any sort of interaction I can get from you guys. But that's all for this time. So as always, I have been the SweetBro27, and I am signing off.